Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, joined with hubby.
Hubcap.
And fur babies.
Woof woof.
And today we're working on the light fur on the bear's head. Hopefully this looks good because I've got it running at a higher resolution. So I need to check just to make sure we're looking good.
1080.
Oh, it's only running 1080. Huh. Should be running higher than that.
Really? That's pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, oh well. How does it look? Hopefully it looks good, sounds good. Hey Sonia, Andrea, and Michelle. Hopefully we'll have more join in. But if not, we've already got some of the best. Okay, so one thing we need to pay attention first is we need to kind of map out where we're going to go. So this fur right here goes in this direction around the eye, whereas this fur goes back. So we need to put in the curved fur first. That way, as we're going along, we don't get too crazy and go off and get the wrong shape of fur here. Because if we start here, we'll end up just going this way, because we'll get into a rhythm and not realize we didn't turn. And because there's 3D, we need to turn with the fur. Hopefully the lighting's not too bad. And hopefully I don't bump the bear around too much because we're on the new easel and it feels more stable, although not any more leg room. So I'm going to angle this without running on the fur. Let's see how that looks. I'm heating up the 18 small Optima spear shader at 3.5, and we're actually going to turn that down. We will start at 2.5 just because this fur, especially here, is so much lighter. Let me put up the color photo just so we can have a better idea of what's going on. I'll hide that one. Pop up that one for now. Though, let's see if that one is a better photo. Yeah, there we go. And what I should have done is moved it so I can make it bigger down on the bottom so we focus just on the head. So I'm going to try to move it. It's not going to let me. There we go. I'm actually going to move it off screen and make it a little bit bigger just so you guys have a better idea of what's going on. And we can focus just on the light. Hey, Wanda. There we go, right about there. So we're going to start off, and this is one of the lightest fur here. And then also right here, remember I'm not putting in the scar shadow, which is basically, it's a branch shadow, but we're not putting that one in. So we're going to start with the curving here, and then it gets darker right at the base of the ear. So right now we're going to focus here. Again, we're putting in the curves first so that we don't get too focused on one thing and miss getting the right stroke. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling some heat. I'm on the edge of the pin. I'm probably going to end up having to stand up, which is going to kill my back, but
well,
I can't lower this any further.
If we do that, we need to stop the stream when you're hurting.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, we'd already have to stop the stream.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is, it's like, if you're hurting, then we need to not do the full hour.
Alright, so right here, I'm trying to get the right angle and curving up because we have I'm going to have to stand up. I will at some point hopefully sit back down, but to get this right angle, I have to stand up. This is what happens when you got a really big piece. Alright, so I'm going to make sure this way so it doesn't bump you. Sorry, as I bump you. Alright, I can lean on the chair. Hopefully that will help. So we're going to drag in our direction, and I'm kind of shadowing. I wonder, can I turn this just a little bit? Trying to get the shadow off my hand so you guys can see. So I'm going to start really light on the edge, and I can pull up from an area that's already been burned. That way the darker part is at the base, because with light fur we need the darker at the base and lighter at the top. So sometimes the base can be the bottom of the fur or down into the fur, like in here, but it can also be the bottom of the stroke as we're curving. If I need to lighten the screen, let me know so that the shadow of my hand isn't blocking. I also wonder if I can turn off the overhead light for this reason.
Do you want me to turn off the overhead light?
Well, I'm already standing. I'll get it. Hopefully, in doing that, we won't get the shadow. Let's see here. Is that bright enough?
Well, this is pretty dim looking to me.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to work in the dark in order for it to be okay on camera.
I guess.
I'm going to work in the dark. So I'm going to follow these strokes out. I'm doing shorter strokes because this is shorter fur. Right now I'm just laying them in. It is a little harder for us to see. Let's see, that'll help me see better. Because I have my lines, so I need to follow those, and I can always darken, so I'm not worried about getting the right tone. Just the right shape. How does it look on the screen now?
Looks alright. I mean, you can tell that it's a little dark, though. Know what I mean?
Let me...
I mean, it's clear enough, but you can tell that you're not doing this in full light.
Hopefully that'll be a little bit better.
I'll look when it hits live.
And see, looking at the screen, those look like pretty long strokes, so I'm going to shorten them up in between.
It looked a little.
Kind of blend it. But I also need to come out to this edge and go up.
I mean, Chad, is that bright enough?
I can go brighter. I just don't want to lose.
Sonia says with the light on was better.
With the light on was better. Okay. I'm going to have to...
I have to agree on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it's...
No, I just want the best viewing.
Yeah. Andrea agrees.
Alright, that may be a little too bright now. So I'll bump it down just a hair and get this one
Okay.
maybe out of my eyes. Alright, let's focus.
That's
So-
better.
That's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm doing C strokes,
Yeah,
small.
Because even your hand was casting this like really dark shadow.
And it's-
So, and it's much better now. I mean, you're still casting a shadow, but because that's where the light's coming from. But it's still, we're getting more ambient light in.
Okay. So smaller strokes. Also overlapping. Because if I keep them long, it's going to feel off. Unfortunately, see, just to burn this, off camera, it's not an issue. It's the on camera, I'm trying to make sure you guys see everything
Yeah.
that causes the problem.
No,
And I thought about burning this flat, but then it would kill my neck. So.
Well, like you said, you're doing something that's really large and it has its own set of challenges, especially when you're trying to live stream it. So.
Yep. So following the shape. See, that looks really long. So I'm going to go through and kind of do some overlaps. So it ultimately ends up looking like an X, but it's not. Well, I guess technically it kind of is. Trying to make those V's as well. And when all the stuff around it that's dark goes darker, this will actually need to be darkened up because it'll be too light.
Sheila's here.
Hey, Sheila. It'll be too light if I don't.
Well, now all the important people are here. Don't tell Pearl.
Don't tell her. She's enjoying her pina colada or margarita on the beach.
I know.
Don't think she's back yet. So going over it, kind of in a slightly different angle, kind of fills it in, gives us our texture. And when we come out here, it's going to be a little, let's see here, our brightest highlight is right here. So to get that in, I'm going to go a little darker, a little flatter, just so I don't lose it. And then I can come back to curling up a little bit lighter. So moving my pen quicker. Because it does curl a little bit here, so I need to curl it. You see, right now it looks the same tone as this, but once I darken up this area slightly, see, being right-handed, it's harder for me to turn my pen to the right. We'll give it a go. And then I can also go flat to kind of darken it a little bit, but again, moving quickly. And this is okay if these are longer strokes. Shading. I'm not putting any definition, just making this area slightly darker so that when we get over here, these will be lighter. This will also make all this go darker. Let's see here. So more of this is a little bit straighter.
Joe Bell is here.
Hey, Joe Bell.
Says happy burning, y'all.
Happy burning.
David Greenway is here. Says
Hey,
hi, all
David.
better late than never.
We just got started. We had to adjust the lights, so didn't miss much. We're just getting started. Well, that sounds bad. I mean, we've been going for a little while because I got this all filled in. Alright, so this part's darker, so I'm going to go flat.
Well, in the scheme of things, you just got started.
Yeah. I'm having to stand, which is definitely more uncomfortable. But, again, this piece is almost 3 feet long. This part's darker, so I'm just going flat right now. I can do it two ways. I can go flat, shade in the area first, and then put some detail of the fur. Or I can throw in the strokes for the fur and then shade over it. I think I kind of prefer and it does depend on the fur, but in this case I like to be able to put the details in first and then darken. So the eyelid, sorry love.
Sorry, just
No, I just don't want to interrupt. There we go. There we go. I need to be able to curl around. Again, off camera, this isn't an issue. I would just lay it down in my lap and burn. Granted, when I did that, it made me think of the short that I put up of American Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, this is a thick piece of wood.
Yeah.
So, we can see how dark I am above the eye here. So this means I've got to darken. So I'm flat, but I'm still moving in the direction of the fur. I'm doing a C stroke on the top half of my tip, or top. When I say the different parts, let me find something. So when I say top half, I'm talking about from like here up. When I'm talking about the edge, it's directly on the edge. This pen's hot, so I'm trying to be careful. When I'm talking flat, I'm talking flat as in as much as the tip as I can get down. So right now I'm using, and you can see by the burn lines, let me see if I can get it focused. On the pen, I use this top half a lot. So we'll fill this in. I'm not going to lose the detail strokes, and if I do, I can always go back and put some in. So I'm not even going to worry about that. You see I got a little hot spot there, so I'm going to go below it. Remember, we're always working with the grain, because if we work against the grain, it's just going to be problem after problem on the burning. Bringing that up, this part is lighter. Curve it a little bit. You can see we're starting to get that depth. I definitely went dark here, which is okay. It's just going to make me go darker. And then we see we've got this ridge. So I'm going to go flat and shape the ridge. Let's see here. We've got a line. Comes out. So I'm going to shape it around. Now we're starting to get a shape of the eyebrow or eyelid. And then we pull it into the lighter area just so we can blend. And again, going with the direction of the fur. So this is more straight. And I can angle so that I'm using the left leg and the edge. So it's a little more flat. It makes a thicker stroke. A little bit. This still gives me the texture. And this is why I think it's the most important thing is to spend time with your tips. So in doing a bear, whatever bear you're doing, in this, whether you're new or you've been burning for a while, and I gotta take my sweater off because I'm hot. Oh, the joys of being kindergarten age. Being 5.0. Alright. What was I talking about? Oh, I would take my pattern and on a scratch piece of wood, and I'd make it kind of big so that you can do this multiple times and you're not having to use a new piece each time. I would actually take maybe a chunk of long fur and a chunk of small fur, thin fur, short fur, I'll get there, and I would, you know, transfer it onto your board, onto this scratch piece of wood, which I had one around, I don't know where it's at, and practice the strokes until you get it where you want it, and then you're like, okay, now I see how if I make this stroke in this specific way, I get the texture I'm looking for. If you do that, as you go along burning, it will get much easier. And although you maybe spent half an hour practicing the strokes for the fur and how you want it to look, it will look so much better because you've spent that extra time. And it doesn't just go for fur. That goes for any type of texture or pattern that you've never burned before, and get some of that muscle memory in. Like for this fur, I didn't sit and practice this fur because I've done this fur many, many times, whether it's in the form of a squirrel or a dog or a bear. I'm trying to think of all the main animals I've done. Raccoon is slightly different. But because I've spent that time, I'm very comfortable in doing it. And maybe sometimes to the detriment of me, I don't pay attention. I just go. Oh, the indent. I'm looking for my indent. Because we've got to change in direction. Because the light goes this way. So I think my indent is here. I'll go lighter. Just so if I need to move the indent, I've got a space to move it. And then I can, sorry, it's better to turn your board than stand on your head, but unfortunately with this piece, I gotta stand on my head. Which is not pretty in person. So, changing the direction. We start angling more. Shorter strokes.
Carmen's here.
Hey, Carmen. Remember, I can always darken up areas. It's better if I can start lighter. I know that can be frustrating. I know that can feel like you're doing too many, you're doing it over and over again, but I guarantee you, if you do that, it will come out, you will be happier with how it looks. And I'm sorry about the shadow. Let's see here. This is really light right here.
And Jo Bell says she always has a scrap of wood beside to test.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is one of I've got multitude around. I do have it here. It is, I know how quick I'm moving. And though for helping people, probably better if I did touch down first. But I feel comfortable on this particular heat setting. Since I'm only at 2.5. Also blow on your tip. No, don't go away. My phone turned off. Let's see here. Ear.
Wanda says the fox.
Yep, the fox. Thank you.
Jo Bell says she loved a raven you did once in Halloween time.
Which one? The trick-or-treaters? I haven't finished them. I think that's the only Halloween raven well, no.
Wanda says, I think this is in regards to the competition. She says, I wonder how many stood on their heads for the table ends.
Well, if that's what I gotta do, I will stand on the end of the table on my head.
I believe that you would. Cynthia Burley is here.
Hey, Cynthia. Now, I know this is really light in the photo because we've got a bright highlight here, but I still need to put the fur in. When I go to do the background, it'll be darker. So this will get much lighter. So I'm not even stressing it. And here I've started at the top and I'm working my way down. And we'll go in here and we'll do the dark part of the ear. Just so you guys can see, because we did that on Members Live. So we will see, we got this pretty, it looks almost like the bear got a haircut for the ear.
Would you call that a bear cut?
A bear cut? Yeah, it's a bear cut. I'm going to take this pin because I'm actually going to switch over to the extra small, but I'm going to take this pen and get my shorter strokes in, just on the edge. Just so I know where my line is. For this, it goes right up to the base of the ear. And now we're going to switch over. Remember, with the extra small, I can go at a lower heat setting. It'd still be dark, but I am going to bump this up to 3.5. And see, inside the ear, we still have fur. Let me see how I can get you guys better at the ear. Sorry if it feels a little off. And do not mind the mess back here. I do have my shelves up, though. Thanks to Hubcap. There we go. I think.
Oh crap, Burl's here.
Shh, don't tell her what you said.
Nobody say what I said.
Does the bear have a name? No, this thing does not have a name yet. We have not named her. I guess for now we can call her Miss Thing, unless somebody's got a... Because with this bear, I want, not sexy, but, what's the word? Sassy. Sassy. I mean, I guess we can call her Sassy. That's what I'm going for. Alright, remember this pen burns hotter. This is raw wood, so even though I'm on 3.5, it's still going to burn darker than what you've seen for some of the other areas. And I'm using the top half of the tip. Sorry for the shadow. And I'm going to start down and drag up. I still need to, there's fur in this ear, but we don't see the fur because it's so dark. But I still need to do the strokes in the shape of the fur. And see how much that just lightened up? I mean, granted, it was a lighter area, but I'm negative burning around those lines. So we're going to drag up the direction of the fur. Again, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's not going to be a solid black area. And more flat. And we're going to get a lot more, we're going to get smoke, but if you notice it's going up. It's not coming back into the camera. And I can go on this side down here to separate more of the fur. But right now, I'm going to drag up. Even though it's one of the darkest areas on our board. In fact, I need to darken this ear up here. Let's see here. It goes all the way to our edge. It's right here. And it comes down to, this is the edge of the ear, comes down all the way here. But none of this smoke is in my face, which makes it so much easier.
Apparently, Joe Bell thought Bearcat was funny.
Do what?
Joe Bell thought Bearcat was funny.
Yeah. Bye, Joe Bell. Thank you for joining us.
She says, real quick, she says, you did a bird with a pumpkin once. That was a raven.
Oh, that's right. In fact, I still have that pattern for sale on the website. Yeah. Sorry, forgot about that one. When you do so many, after a while, you kind of forget what you did. Yep, that's the kitty bear. The kitty bear. Kitty cat. Kitten and the raven and the pumpkin. Totally, thank you. Totally spaced that one. Totally spaced it. Alright. So our dark goes to about, it goes over a little bit. We're going to stop it there just so give myself some room. And I can also kind of go over where I've just burned, just to give our bear cut a little more definition. I'm on the side. This is going to make a little thicker stroke than what we were doing here, and that's just because it's a hair thicker. Alright, so our dark goes up here, up a little here, and over there. Okay. Burning flat, going over where I've already burned, so the strokes are overlapped. Bring it up, because we do have the fur that's lighter that's coming down, but this is our darkest area. And I'm having to reorient standing on my head. Alright. Oh, sorry. It actually was easier to pull the stroke this way than it was going this way. So I do apologize for my hand if it's covering up too much. Flat and drag, flat and drag. Now this area is dark. It's just not as dark as what the base of the ear is. Smelling this reminds me of the very first burning I ever did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of wood?
Yep. Yep, the elephants are on basswood.
Oh, Carmen says she missed what you said due to a commercial.
Sorry about that.
Huh.
It won't let me choose ads for just the beginning of the video live or the end of the live. YouTube. I'm watching my mouth. Alright, so what were you talking about that way? Because I know on the replay, it's not going to do that. It sucks that it did it for the live. This is a lot of work not to get paid.
Yes. Much rather you get paid.
Mm-hmm. It's not like we're making millions. Or even thousands for that matter. Alright. What?
We're making hundreds here. Tens even.
Yeah, the IRS laughed at us.
Yeah.
Call yourself a YouTuber.
Get a business. Get out of here.
That's not a cry for money. I mean, yes, it would be nice. It's a lot of work. Alright, I'm trying to find the best angle. I kind of need to have... I wonder... See, the problem is I can't... I can turn it, but I have to have... I need to either be holding it or have something stable underneath it, because I do need the better angle. Alright, I'm gonna hold it. Maybe. Love, can you for just a second so I can get my pen adjusted in my hand?
What do you want?
Just hold this. I already bumped the camera. Just right there. I need to be able to, there we go. That's what I needed.
I've foreseen this.
No, we're good now. Thank you. I'm going to hold it right here. So,
Eventually, this is just going to be my job. I'm going to be the easel. I'm just going to hold it for you.
I just needed to be able to get a better angle on the drag. So that's why. You don't have to sit there and hold it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've got it
Okay,
locked
because
away.
it's like right bumped up against the camera there.
Yeah. So I'm flat and dragging, flat and dragging.
One that says it's good that the replay will be free of ads.
No, the replay will have ads.
But you just...
It won't cut into what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll just... It'll split it instead of going over which...
Well, the Super Toasties have gotten used to no ads.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's kind of throwing them off. Because when you're a Super Toasty, I do not put ads on the video, on the lives, on any video at all.
Well, no, I'm just doing my job.
The dragging. I'm moving quicker because it is lighter, but it still has separation in between this, groups of fur. So I'm moving quicker. Sometimes I'm just hair rocking. I mean, when I say a hair, it's truly just a hair of turning my pen. I try to capture these strokes so you guys can see, but it's just doesn't work like that. So up here at the top, right about here is where our dark stop, and then it curls over. So right here, let's see here, this comes down. Try not to go over too much, but I am moving faster. I can always go back through and reshape these strokes so I'm not. Let's see here, it goes all the way up there, so I'm going to do some quick strokes just so I know where it's at. The ear comes out here. We got curve right there. This is all darker, so I can go back and fill it in. Slow my stroke. Bring up shape. For this top part, I'd switch back over, and this bare ear goes off all the way to the edge because I didn't want to cut it off. Any part that's important to your subject, unless it's intentional and you're going for a different feel, you wouldn't cut off necessarily the ear. You still want it in the piece, but that would be an artistic choice, to be honest. An eye, if you're offsetting, you can cut an eye off for a certain feel, but if you're doing a regular portrait, you wouldn't cut the eye off. So you need to decide, do you want part of your subject off the board? And if you do, then you need to make it look purposeful. Like I'm stopping here, but I will pull in this bare ear just slightly. If I can do it. My pattern didn't go all the way over. I will make sure I have lead.
Sheila says, I never get used to ads.
Sure.
Says, oh, that's good. A question for Hubcap. Burl wants to know if I'm doing any painting at all, or is it all about the video games?
Oh no.
No, I'm actually back in the studio, Burl. And if you see anything on Instagram, right now it's either going to be sketches for paintings, or it's going to be progress shots on painting. And then that's
it's still for the book, but he's painting.
Yeah, I'm doing multiple projects right now, but they're all kind of related. Although the last Instagram post I put up, there's 3 of those paintings towards the end of that post don't have anything to do with the game. I just put them up. I figured if I put them up as progress shots, then I'll be more incentivized to complete them, because then other people are watching. So, like 5 other people. But it gives me some additional, I suppose, accountability or incentive if I'm sharing the work. So there's a couple paintings that I have up in my studio that I've been in a frozen state of progress for the last 3 years, and I'm resuming work on them. So Yep. So you'll see all that stuff coming up. I have to because I'm working on 3 projects at once. Plus, I've got some paintings that I'm doing just for me. So trying to get them done.
Yeah. All right. Let's put the bear.
Wanda says Picasso would have a problem burning with his shape work. Burl says that she's stalking me.
Oh, good.
Me? Oh, okay.
All right. Let's
Or
see.
Val. Or both. Probably both.
Well, can't stalk Val. Val's not posting. Valarie sucks at social media.
Oh.
No, it's just.
Well, sometimes it's not very gratifying. And I lately, I kind of have realized, because I've gone through cycles on social media, and I'm sure you have too, where it's like sometimes it seems like that there's more people that are getting interested in it, and then you like come back the next day and you've lost like, a dozen followers, and you post something and 2 people like it or something, and it's like, well, crap, So, but I've come to a realization, at least for me, that I'm posting this stuff because I want to post it, and if people like it, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. I'm just.
I always feel like I'm bugging people. That's my problem. All right, so we need darker up here.
Well, I can't help but notice Val has a close relationship with Burl. What's the story behind that? It's just that Burl has been around us for a long time.
Yep.
She's been here
Years.
For nearly the very beginning, right?
I think about 2 years into the beginning.
Yeah.
Same with Spencer.
Yeah. So they're OG toasties.
Yep.
So I think that's what you're seeing. And Burl always teases me because back in the old days, I used to get on my phone and Burl would hassle me about being on my phone during the live stream, so I had to stop doing it when we were on camera. No, I'm not.
Which implies he's doing it now.
I'm not on the phone, Burl. I'm off the phone.
I'm going to switch to the lighter because this looks odd. So I'm going to switch over. Yeah, Spence, Burl. Trying to think.
So Burl has...
Sheila.
Yep,
those
Sheila.
3 are like the OGs.
Yeah, Wanda's getting up there.
So Sonia.
Sonia.
Yeah. Andrea, he was shortly behind them.
Yeah. So, but we just known Burl for a while. So she gets on me. She gets on the hubcap for not doing his job. So
that's become her job.
Burl says, "Lol, he was scrolling all the time."
Alrighty, so I have bumped back down to 2.5.
Drink your margarita, Burl.
And we're gonna hit this.
Burl says Val doesn't post on Instagram.
Oh.
Well, maybe not in a while. You used to, right?
Well,
I
suck at posting.
I don't post on Facebook. Well, I do, but it's because my Instagram account just automatically posts it over there.
The Super Toasties, if I post, you guys see it first.
Yeah. In fact, there's a whole bunch of people that served with me in the Army that are probably like, what the hell is Sergeant Oberman doing with his life? What the hell is this?
Alright.
Burl missed coffee shop posts. Are you talking about Hanzo?
Oh, we haven't done that since before the pandemic.
I think that I actually lost that account because I can't get back into it.
You shouldn't have lost it.
Well, I don't know. It's just, I can't find it.
Alright, here we go.
One of my paintings is a Hanzo painting though. Because I had started on one way back, and I was like, well, that would make a really pretty painting, and so I started on it and never finished it. So my intent is to get that done. So I think Hanzo was an interesting thing, but I think it would be something that I do a painting of now and again, but it won't be ongoing like it was. So
I'm just trying to get the shape of the ear in. Because there is fur that goes behind the ear. So I'm just trying to lay that out quickly. And then I'll start adjusting. Don't freak out yet.
And for those that don't know, Hanzo was a samurai mouse. So
fur goes right there.
And so Hanzo's not gone. It's just I don't really post too much. But I probably post some Hanzo stuff over on my, because I've got 2 Instagram accounts. One's for the game, and the other one's actually like my personal one that I rarely post on. So I'll post some Hanzo stuff on there when I start doing that again.
And we got the shape of the ear. It's still off. It is thicker back here, and that's the head. This is just the shape of the ear itself, and it does curve that way. So I've got that laid in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to erase, because I don't feel I need any more graphite.
Carmen says she remembers Burl's picture 2 years was used for a live. She joined shortly before that.
Oh, the barren water. 2-8. 1 ear? Is that what we named it?
I don't know. She says 2 years. Wanda says, "Oh, I think I caught on. OG equals ongoing." Well,
oh, gangster.
Yeah, original gangster.
Original gangster.
Yep.
Yep.
Original gangster toasties. Ongoing toasties, so that could work.
That too?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, oops. That burned a little darker than I want, but you know what? That's okay. It's going to make me burn these other areas down below darker.
I'm asking you, how are you doing?
Oh, I hurt like hell right now.
Okay, well, we're already 45 minutes into this thing.
Let me just get...
That's actual time. 46 minutes we've elapsed, so...
I know, I'm just trying to get this shape so they can see. Because at the top of the ear, it is shorter fur. So I'm trying to get it in.
Okay.
It kind of curves, follows the form of the ear. So I'm using the top half of the tip on its side because I don't need the full tip. I can always go back if I needed to and draw a little bit of lighter fur. But I don't think I'm going to need it because once I incorporate more of the darks, it's going to lighten up. It's just a hard angle. Slightly. Now this easel that we bought for big pieces goes up to, what is it, 90 inches? It can do a huge piece. I just have to find the wood. Trying to drag these together. I'm having a problem burning the separation line, bringing it together, which is not uncommon. I mean, we got 2 different pieces of grain color. So I need to be okay with that. I just have to work to blend them together in between. Because some, I'm going to bump up to 3.5 just so I can bring this stuff together. Because that's pretty dark. It is meant to be dark. Maybe if I do this, oop, we're good. I got a free hand. Now I can do more of the drag into the ear itself. Bring these darks up so it's not such a flat line. Bring some of it down, and these are longer pieces of fur. So I'm going to do a longer drag. I think because we've done 2 public lives in a row, I think next week's going to be a members only live, and we're going to work on the longer hair on one side, and then we'll come back the following week in a public live and do the long hair on the other side. That way people are still getting the information. Just the super toasties get it first. How does that sound? Does that sound fair?
I mean, it sounds good to me.
It was 2 years in the Barrier in the Water was 2000 and Was it 2019? Did we start it before? Yeah, we started. I think we started before the pandemic, or right after. So long strokes, and here I have blobs, but I will blend them in. Right here, right here, right here. Not worried about it. I'm gonna darken some of this up a little bit to blend it out. In fact, now we can see it needs to go darker here, so I can keep it.
Carmen says, again, a great live. The bear looks amazing. She's not sure if she's going to be able to watch the live next week because they're back in the field seeding.
Ah.
Wanda says, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth. That way the Super Toasties get the information first, and then so the non-members don't feel.
Yeah, Cynthia says sounds good. Wanda says sounds good. Wanda says that was before I moved.
Yep, it was before you moved.
Carmen says 2 years was way before the pandemic.
Yeah, I think it was 2019, the beginning of 2019. I think. I guess it depends on when Burl took the photo, because I believe she took the photo within a year we burned it.
Wanda says she thinks that was the last one she saw before moving, and then took her a bit to get back into burning again.
Alright, so I'm going to have to adjust those blobs.
You know what? We should get. I was just thinking this because some of the toasties have been with us for so long. You know, I think that maybe the next live that we do, maybe Bernadette makes a reappearance.
Okay.
Just to honor those toasties that have been with us all this time.
Yeah, I'm looking to see when 2 years. When we did 2 years, because I should have photos. At least of the finished piece. Maybe. Not there. Oh, I definitely missed standing too long. Oh, this hurts. I'm looking very quickly.
Wanda, Burl says she took the photo in 2018.
2018. Okay, so we did it in 2019 then.
Yeah. Wanda says this May will mark 3 years since they moved.
Yep. And looking, where's my art folder? There's your art. Where's my art? There we go. Sorry. Why is it taking so long for my phone to pull up stuff? 2019 feels right. I don't have the piece in the studio right now to look at the date. I'm trying to think. Did it go to competition?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm getting close.
I mean, if it didn't, it should have.
I have a file folder, both on my phone and Google Drive, that it's just my art, but I'm not. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. I'll tell you next week. Alright, so just because seeing this, I need to do that ear darker, and I need to do a better shaping. I need to curve it around a little bit more, but we will do that next week. So the Super Toasties, we are going to work on, don't mind the mess behind. Remember, the shells are back up, but now I have to paint the shells because I painted the hardware. And so now I need to paint the shells. Alright, where's my full? This is the full bear. So next week we will work over here on the longer fur, which are softer strokes. All this underneath is softer. So we will work on this side, and then we will come back in 2 weeks. So not next week, but the week after for another public live, and we will put some of the fur further down in longer strokes. Yep. Alright, do we got any final questions? Because I'm to the point that I'm having a hard time breathing from the muscle cramp in my back. So, cutest face. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Alrighty, so next week, members only, and then we will be back. You know what to say with me. You're awesome. You can do this. Why? Because you're a pyro artist. And look, I screwed that up, so we're going to do it again. It's just going to flash on the screen. I'm not going to say it again. And don't forget, if you're new, hit subscribe, hit the like button, share if it, you know somebody would help. Happy burning, guys. Bye.
Bye.
What was that?
Say bye.